Hey everybody. Let's see if that works. Focus on my face. Because I watched a video last night and it was sickening. Going in and out and in and out. It was driving me nuts. Hey Kimberly. Hey Chelsea. Hey everybody. Chelsea and I are going to be on here live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I got my heavy duty sweater on because the room I'm in is right over our garage, and our garage is cold, so this room stays a little cool. So I put on my heavy duty sweater, and it feels good. I'm gonna get comfy in my little chair. And anyway, it's been a busy day. I don't have my microphone on. How's the sound? Give me some thumbs up or whatever. Patty said my sound, she couldn't even tell I didn't have my microphone on yesterday. So if you think the sound's okay, let me know. If not, I'll put my microphone on. Hey Dee. I wish that the app was working well, the other app. So the sound, okay, this is good. Reidsville, North, where is Reidsville? I don't know where that is. Anyway, we have lots to talk about today. I'm gonna turn my iPad on. So, Patty and Liz, if you've got some questions, since I forgot to print them out. Oh, there they are. Liz has some there. Liz has already done it. And I missed it on my computer, so I didn't print them out. But I have them right here. And, you know, Liz, if you find some more questions, just keep posting them in Slack. And then I've got it right in front of me. Now, here it is, January. I know many of you made New Year's resolutions to get organized. We've all made them. I made one to go up and down my steps 10 times a day. And so far, I have done it. I have not missed a day. I'm scared if I miss a day, I'll revert back to my perfectionism and stop doing it altogether. So I may purposefully do one less than 10, or maybe do 11, who knows. But I may purposefully do that just because I hate being perfect, you know? I don't like to be perfect because it just goes against everything I teach. But I'm being consistent. Consistent is a good word. And I'm sitting here chilled. I need a cup of hot water. Anyway, let's start with the questions. Patty and I talked this morning. We had somebody come to our door. It seemed like the crack of dawn, but it wasn't. It was 9:30. And I was dressed to shoes, so I wasn't ashamed to go to the door. But Robert was still in the shower. And then the phone rang, and I didn't have to... well, he had to wait on Robert. Anyway. So, folks... we sometimes let our perfectionism get the best of us. And it happens so easily. I'm telling you, when it happens, you don't even realize that it's happening because you're so used to it. And somebody wanted to know about heart-shaped things on your mirror just to help remember what habit you're practicing. And it was, she wanted to know if we drew them or what, you know, how you did it. And it's just a heart. Cut a heart out of a piece of paper. It's just a heart and tape it to your mirror. I don't care how you do it. I have some heart-shaped Post-it notes. Is what I used, and I left them in the living room. But the main thing is you got to do something. And the time it took her to email us and ask what kind of heart, a heart is a heart is a heart, you know? And you just can't allow your perfectionism to stop you before you ever start. And Fly Lady is not some rigid system that you can't adapt to fit your life. So please don't allow Fly Lady or anything remotely to stop you from getting up and doing something. You got to get off your bottom and do something. If I had a cupcake Post-it note, I would want to eat it. So cupcake Post-it notes are not good for me. I would be thinking about cupcakes. I'd go into the kitchen and I'd make cupcakes. And you see where I'm going with that? But that's me, not you. But cute Post-it notes are fun. I had some that were little houses once upon a time. Dry erase markers on your mirror are good. I just reached down and cut my finger on a button. I hope I got another button somewhere. I brought a broken button on my sweater. That makes me sad. It's probably because I ran it through the washing machine. At dinner the other night, I dribbled all over me. Don't you just hate it when that happens? Okay, so we got some questions now. Let me get to some questions. Here's a question. I don't know who it's from because Liz doesn't put down. The cat is at the door. I'll ignore him. This is the cat room. I'm a beginner. Which book of yours do you recommend to read first? You can pick up any one of them. I gotta get the door. Hold on. At least I'm not tied to the... Get in here. Now I've got to get all readjusted. Anyway, back to which book to read first. Well, if you want to read books in the order that I wrote them, it's Sync Reflections, Body Clutter. Leanne and I wrote Body Clutter. The Chaos to Clean book, which is the 31 baby step book that kind of eases your way into the system. And then the Chaos Cure book. Now, folks, these books are not the same books. One is super hot pink right here. And this one is sort of a paler pink. This was a book from 2 years ago. And this one came out in December. This is my newest book. Even though they look close and they both have chaos in the subject line, they are not the same book. This book is an introduction, so to speak. And I guess it would be a good book to get started. But this is a fast read and it's a fun book and it will energize you. But all my books are good books. And I would say that, wouldn't I? Because I'm biased. I wrote them. Uh-oh. I got to turn that back on. So, just pick one. You don't have to have the best one. You just have to get started. You just have to get started. Let's see. I accomplish a load of laundry each day, and I still feel behind. Any tips? Well, you may need to do 2 a day. If you have a large family, figure it this way. If you took all your laundry for a whole week to the laundromat, how many washers would you have to use? If it's 14 washing machines, then it could be a good sign that you need to do 2 loads a day. Or if you don't do laundry on Sunday, Then you do 3 loads a day, and that's going to give you a day and a half off. So figure it out that way. And then if you do 2 loads a day, you're going to get ahead. Right now, I have 1 shirt. No, I have 2 shirts, underwear, and 2 pairs of not tights, but yoga pants that are dirty. There you go. That's all I got dirty in the house for me. I've got some dish towels, 2 dish towels that are dirty, so that's not a load yet. And I'm caught up on laundry. Really caught up on laundry. So we just started answering questions, so don't just don't think you've missed anything. I got to get up and let the cat out now. He wants out now. I am a cat doorman. What can I tell you? Cat doorman. Come on, Penrod. Come on. Here you go. Here you go. Call the cat.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
It's not Samantha. Okay, Robert called the cat. Okay, next question. I'm flying, but my family isn't helping. How can I get them to jump in and help? Don't ask them. You can do this. You do it for you. Quit whining that your family's not helping, because all that's doing is making you feel bad. Quit keeping score and do it for you. Because if you shut your mouth, zip it, zip it, zip it, zip it, you're going to find that when you quit nagging them, they're going to start helping. And if they don't, you're doing it for yourself. So quit whining that they're not helping and just get up and do it. In the time it takes you to whine and send the question in, you can actually get some stuff done. 2 minutes. So don't do that. Now little kids, like 5, 6-year-olds, here comes another cat or a dog, who knows? It's a dog. I am a critter doorman today. I mean a critter doorman. Get out of here. Go on. Come here. You want to get on camera? Come here. Come here. Come up here. Are you going to come up here? Come here. Come here. Why'd you get scared? Now the cat's in here. I tell you what, it is open door policy today. Now Penrod wants to come and visit. So quit expecting your family to help you and just do it, because single moms have to do it with all the time by themselves. They don't have anybody to help. But when you train up a child in the way they should go, you will start seeing some stuff getting done. They'll want to help. They get excited to help. I don't know why the cat is skittish. Don't have a clue. Okay, how can I keep paperwork more organized? My kitchen table is covered. Well, stop putting it on the kitchen table, because you've got to clear off your kitchen table. Take a bin of some kind, a laundry basket, I don't care what it is, and just take everything off the table and put it in the basket. Now, if you actually see trash as you're doing this, throw it away. It's in and out day. Look at this. The cat has come back in. Maybe he thinks there's a mouse in here. That's not good. If a mouse comes out, you better hold your ears. It'll scare the bejesus out of me. So, folks, the cat's in here again. Shut it all the way. Robert rescued me. They're not going to be happy. Anyway, so where was I? I got to turn this back on again. Paperwork on the kitchen table. When do you put the papers on the kitchen table? I want to know that. When do you put the papers on there? Is it when you walk in the house with the mail in your hand and you just dump it there? Process the mail as you walk in the door. Have a trash bin where you park the car. Maybe have a shredder where you park the car. And then make your mail earn the right to come into the house. Now, if you just pulled out all these papers, what is up with these critters? I don't know. It's a wild time in our house. I think it's because Robert's home and they don't know what to think about Robert being home on a Thursday afternoon. This is probably, they've messed with his routine. His routine is messed up today, and it's messed with their routines. We all are creatures of habit. Now, this paperwork most of it is trash. If you will go through it, there are probably 3 bills that you need to pay, and the rest can be recycled or thrown in your fireplace and burned. And yes, I burn papers in my fireplace. It makes for good kindling. And clear off the table. If your kitchen table is covered, where are you eating dinner? You're letting paperwork ruin family mealtime. So let's get a handle on this. And that's my cure for paperwork. Deal with it as it comes in the house. Every single day as it comes in the house. It's 4 or 5 pieces. You process it, you open it up, throw away the trash, put the bill in your office in a bag, and you're done. You're done. And you don't hold on to things you don't need. And once a week we put the catalogs and magazines into recycling when we do our weekly home blessing. And there you have it. And put a beautiful tablecloth on your table. And put a centerpiece on your table. And that will stop you from dealing with, from messing up your table. Maybe you want to put some pretty place settings out on your table so that it always looks nice. If you got a cat, you can't do that. Somebody said that a lot of the paperwork on the table was medical bills. Well, the only time I've ever had to deal with medical bills, and let me find an office in a bag here so that I can talk to you about it. Okay, so if you get an office in a bag and you put your own little notebook in it, because we don't sell the notebooks, put your own little notebook in it, get some sheet protectors, and then when you have a doctor's appointment and you have to have a procedure done, like Liz had to have an MRI done the other day. She hadn't met her deductible. It's the first of the year. Nobody's met their deductible yet. And she can put that bill that she's already paid, because she had to pay for it when she did it, in her office in a bag and write paid on it. And if she gets another bill from the insurance company that says it's going toward her deductible, she can put that in the same sleeve right with it. And that way the sleeve holds all the same charges, because you get the insurance stuff, you get the stuff from the radiology department, all this stuff starts coming in. You put it all together into one sheet protector. And that keeps it together. And you may need to label it with a folder or a divider on the front that says, this is my knee surgery for each incident. And that's how I had to do with my mother's stuff before she passed away. I handled everything. I had an office in a bag specifically for her. And that way I could keep up with all of her bills. All of her bills for the emergency room visits, for medication. I would grab my office in a bag for her and take it with me when we had to go to the ER, because it had all her numbers in it, her Medicare number, all of it was right there. Her Social Security number, everything right there. I knew what medication she took because I had the list in there. It was just an office in a bag to deal with my mother's medical issues. And if you have a child with special needs, it's a great way to keep up with things for them, their treatments and all kinds of stuff. So put together a medical office in a bag for each member of your family even. Or have dividers in there for each member of the family. I don't know what everybody's saying there. So folks, let me get some more questions up here. Staying on top of paperwork is all about dealing with it as it comes in the house. And don't pile it on the kitchen table. I need help decluttering clothes that no longer fit. I'm worried I'll get rid of them and then lose the weight. You're keeping your skinny clothes, huh? Keeping your skinny clothes is like asking to be yelled at every time you walk in your closet. Read my book, Body Clutter. Don't allow your closet to say ugly things to you. Do you hear me? Don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't go there. Because we beat ourselves up enough. We don't need a closet to do it to us and the clothes that are in our closet. And don't keep your fat clothes either, because they're going to coax you into fitting back in them. So don't do that. Get rid of your skinny clothes. Only wear clothes that you feel like $1 million in, and you're going to feel a whole lot better. Let go of them. Let go of your fat clothes. Let go of your skinny clothes. Only keep clothes that you feel like $100 in, $1 million in. And if you don't have the fat clothes as a safety net, so you're already telling yourself you can't do this. You're going to gain the weight back. Get rid of the fat clothes. Okay, let's see if we got another question here. Okay, I'm out of questions, Liz. Put some more in Slack. So let's talk about our brains for a second. Let me tell you a little story. Many years ago, when I got depressed, it was a rough time. I was going through a bad marriage. My stepfather died, left me with huge debt that I had to pay for, and I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. It was a hard time, and I was gradually sinking deeper and deeper into this hole. Deeper and deeper, and I didn't realize it. It's like being in a pot of hot water and somebody turns the heat up on it. It's like putting a frog in a pot of hot water. You don't realize you're in the hot water. Now, when I run my bath water, I run it hot. But if I run it all the way hot, I can't get in it. But if I run it all the way hot after starting out with warm water, then I can get it up to heat and I can stand it. And I don't feel like you're burning, because you're gradually getting used to it. Well, that's what happens with depression. We gradually get used to feeling depressed, and we don't even know it. And when we get into this deep hole, and that's what I call it, is a deep, dark hole. It's an abyss. And when you fall into this abyss, you don't know how to get out. You have no clue. If it hadn't been for a friend of mine telling me, now I still had my kind heart inside of me. So when somebody asked me for help, I could pull myself a little bit and do something for them. But I couldn't do something for me. I could do something for my child, but I couldn't do something for me with my own gumption. And somebody saw that I was having a bad time, and they said, you know, I need to go to the doctor in Memphis. Would you please go with me? Because I don't want to go by myself, and you need to get out of the house and just come and go with me. And I did. And when I got there, when we got to Memphis, it was a 2-hour drive. When we got there, the appointment was for me. She made an appointment for me with her psychologist, and I filled out this little questionnaire, and they wanted to check me in the hospital right then because I was feeling like I wasn't worth anything, and I thought the world might be better without me, you know. And they wanted to check me in the hospital, and I said, oh, I can't do that. I have a family to take care of. I've got to go back home. Well, I went back home, and I'll never forget telling my husband at the time, when I got home, that they wanted me to check into the hospital. And it was a 10-day treatment program for codependency. And I told Justin's dad, and I said they wanted me to go to the hospital, and I wouldn't. And he looked at me just as calm, with dead eyes, and said, if you check yourself into the loony bin, don't bother coming home. Well, I still had a little fight in me. Now, I didn't fight him, but it made me mad. It made me so mad that I packed my suitcase and I walked out the door and went back to Memphis that night and got there about midnight and checked myself into the hospital. And I was there 10 days. I got out around the end of January. Oh, wow. That's been almost 30 years ago. And I was a changed person. I was a changed person after that, because I realized that sitting around, not getting dressed in the morning, not putting on my lace-up shoes, not fixing my hair, and putting on my makeup, that I was not caring for myself. And I knew I deserved more than being treated like I wasn't worth anything. And I needed to treat myself better. Well, when you're in this deep, dark hole of depression, your brain doesn't work unless something kicks you, like, don't bother coming home. That sort of got my adrenaline pumping. We needed something. I needed something that would spark that life in me again. And it was those words, and I'm thankful that he said them, because if he hadn't said them, I wouldn't have gone back, checked myself into the hospital, and I wouldn't have taken care of me. I needed to take care of me because God had a plan for my life, and I didn't know what it was. But he had a plan. And I needed to trust in him that I needed to get well so that I could help you and talk you through how our brains work and how they shut down. And when I got organized 20 years ago, well, let me back up a little bit. 3 years before I got organized, I moved to North Carolina. Well, it was 1994. I moved to North Carolina in 1994. And I went through another little depression, but I felt it at that point. I knew that I was starting to go down that same road that I had been on before, and I didn't want to go that way. So I started doing things to take care of me. And I got out of that hole. I got out of it by myself that time. And then Robert and I got married in 96, and I had a house full of clutter. He had a house full of clutter. We put it together. We went to estate auctions and bought more, and you couldn't walk in our house. And the house was pulling me down because I felt like Robert deserved to have a wonderful home. He was such a good man, and he loved me, and he took care of me, and he spoiled me rotten. He deserved to have a good wife. And I was not a great wife because I couldn't keep house. And so I set out on that New Year's Day to figure out why I couldn't keep house. And then it dawned on me, it was because I had never established a habit. Imagine that. I didn't have any habits. And what habits I had were all negative habits. They were things that weren't good for me. So, taking care of me and establishing simple habits like shining my sink. People say, there's an email going to go out in tomorrow that was, I was a shiny sink rebel. Duh. You don't think that it's going to do anything to help the state of your home. So you just rebel against it. Well, rebellion is a good thing if you're like me and you decided, okay, I can't live this way anymore, so I'm going to go back to the hospital. But if it's somebody that wants everything in your life to be smooth and chaos-free, I'm telling you, go shine your sink. Do it for me if you can't do it for anybody else. Go do it for me. Because the result of that shiny sink, is going to change your life. And change it in a wonderful way. Because you're going to get up in the morning and you're going to be greeted with the shiny sink. Even if somebody's put a dish in there, it's not filled with nasty water and dishes with stuff floating on top where you have to reach in with the tongs and pull the plug. Somebody asked me yesterday, how can I shine my sink? My sink's full of dirty dishes. I said, put them on the floor. How many of you have watched my shiny sink video? Somebody tell me if you've watched my shiny sink video. I need a hanky. I need a hanky. If you haven't watched my shiny sink video, go watch it. It's funny. It tells you exactly why you shine your sink. And it's all about, listen to the music. Listen to the music. It's a powerful message from Amy Lacey, who wrote the song, One More Day of Hope. And that sink, when you get up in the morning, you're greeted with a beautiful shiny sink. Even if it's white, even if it's black, it's clean. Go shine your sink. And that shiny sink sets the tone for the rest of the day. You're not behind the 8 ball. You're not waiting for somebody to, save you. You have a home, and you have a home that has a clean sink. Now, the kitchen may have the countertops filled, but that sink gives you hope. And when that sink is clean and shiny, the countertops kind of say, my countertops need to be clean too. And you do it, and you don't even realize you're doing it. And then your stove gets cleaned, because you can't have a dirty stove with this beautiful sink and these cleared countertops. And your stove is clean, your countertops are cleared, you start decluttering some of the dish clutter you got everywhere, and before you know it, your whole kitchen is clean. And guess what? You get in there and you cook something. You cook something for yourself, you cook something for your family, and you're feeling good about yourself. Because the shiny sink started your day off on a positive note. And if your kitchen is clean, your house is going to start working toward getting cleaner too. And it is an amazing avalanche of good. Wonderful things can happen. Wonderful things can happen. So folks, don't procrastinate on the shiny sink thing. Don't tell yourself that's not going to do any good. Step out in faith and listen to me. If this is the only thing you ever do, then I tell you, just go do it. And don't try to pick it to pieces like you do everything else. Just go do it. Step out in faith and try it. Because it's going to change your life. Like nothing else. It's going to change your life. That's where you start. It's not really with a book. You don't even have to buy one of my books. Because those of you that can buy things from us, you keep our message free for everyone. This is the only place that you can get coaching of some form or fashion that you don't have to pay for. Yeah, we send out some testimonials and put out some sales and do some things like that. But there's so many people that need help. That shiny sink video I was telling you to go watch, that shiny sink video has had almost 1 million views. 1 million. And that's the second video I did. The first video was over on something called Jump Cut. And it had, I think, about 500,000 views before that company went down. It got bought out by Yahoo and they closed it down. So folks, shine your sink. If you do nothing else, go shine your sink. Sign up for our emails. Because we do something different from anybody else. We do behavior modification with email. And we send out maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 emails a day. Those of you who are on Twitter, you probably get 500 or 600 tweets from people that you look at. On Facebook, it's just as crazy. And people complain about 6 or 7 emails a day. Get over it. You just got to get over it, because these are here to help you, not distract you. They're here to help you. I never set out to have a business. But guess what? God had other plans. And the plans were to help people. And it takes a team of people to help me to help you. Because if I spent all my time running the business, I couldn't be Fly Lady. I stay home. I stay focused on you. And I focus on listening to what it is I'm supposed to be doing next. I have my routines in place for what I need to send out for you. And I work a lot of my day doing that. But the main thing is I can hear. I can hear what God has planned. I can take a message and talk to you about it for 30 minutes. Because I'm listening. I'm listening to the needs of my babies. And I can do it for you. I can do it because of you. You're an important part of my life. Now, when Fly Lady first started, Robert wasn't too happy about it. Well, he wasn't happy. He just wanted to know if this Fly Lady persona was going to take his Marla away from him. Because when Fly Lady first started, it was some 20-hour days answering emails because it was just me. Just me. And then somebody came on to help me answer emails. And as we grew, more people came on. At one time, we had about 22 people that worked with us. Now, we're down to about 7 right now. But that's okay because we've learned to be more efficient. And we can, Rebecca and I and Liz and Patty and Kathy and Jack and Justin and Emily, we can get things done. We can get things done. And Michael, I can't forget Michael. Michael's our geek. He keeps the website safe, and our website is secure. It is a, I like it. People say, well, it looks old-timey. Well, I don't care. It's my website. I can have it be any way I want. I may have more babies than anybody in the whole wide world. But y'all call yourself Fly Babies. I didn't come up with that. I didn't come up with that at all. Well, folks, I've run my mouth and cried a little and scolded you a little in a loving way. Fly strips. Listening to the Holy Spirit. Yeah, you got to listen to the Holy Spirit. You wake up and you say, okay, God, what do you got planned for me today? I'm ready. I have a little sign on the wall. It says, rise and shine and give God the glory. Well, I rise and shine every day. I get dressed to lace up shoes. I make my bed. I do a little swish and swipe in my bathroom. And my house stays looking good. I will have a show probably this weekend after I talk with Ben, because I want to find out if he sent me something for my birthday, and I want to find out if he drew it. If he drew it, then he and his sister have a great talent for drawing. Oh, that is a wonderful essay somebody said. Let me see if it was the one I'm thinking about. I can't get back to it. I have a copy of it whose belongings fit into a suitcase. Yep, that was a wonderful testimonial. It was from her nephew, and she had passed away, and all of her belongings could fit into the trunk of his car. And she had spent the last years of her life doing for people, doing for others, and she didn't hold on to things. And that's a wonderful way to think about life. My mother-in-law virtually did the same thing. She got rid of all the things that she didn't care about. It was so easy to downsize her to a little apartment. My neighbor has sold her house, and she's going to be moving into an apartment. So she said she decluttered last summer when I talked to her on the phone the other day. And the house is too big for her, and she just needed to be in a smaller place. So we start out with nothing and we end up with nothing. And somewhere along the way, there was a commercial on TV the other day for Allstate or something. But It shows going through the different stages of homes. You move into your first dorm room, first time you leave home. You get your first house, and then the babies start coming, and you have to get a bigger house with more rooms. And, oh yes, Laura, I forgot about Laura. Laura helps us fill orders, and she answers my inbox. So I hope I haven't forgotten anybody else. Patty, Jessica, not Patty and Liz. Jessica used to work for us, but now she sells houses in Chattanooga if you need a good realtor in Chattanooga. Hello, Laura. Okay, so where was I? We've got to take care of ourselves. That's just all it is to it. Well, y'all have a good day. And don't get bogged down in too many negative things pulling you away, because it's really just evil trying to keep you in chaos. Because if you're in chaos, you can't listen to the Holy Spirit that's trying to tell you what your purpose is for living. I apologize for missing Laura. I don't know what I would do without Laura. She answers my inbox for me. Sometimes I answer some things. Gotta breathe. So have a good rest of the day. I got work to do, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Now, 11 o'clock, we're going to come on tomorrow, and I'm going to have Chelsea on here. And she's going to take us, she's going to talk to us about her beautiful, her beautiful laundry room that she loves. And we'll probably talk about it. I'll just interview her, I think. I think we'll have a Chelsea interview. And we will have some fun. I won't be able to see your comments, but Chelsea and I will get on here and have some fun talking to each other. Anyway, I love you all. Go sign up for our emails. And, you know, let's just think about what you can do today to make next week a little better. I don't want you working on Saturday, trying to get a bunch of stuff done, run errands and stuff. If you're out and about today, get some stuff done. Maybe run to the grocery store tonight. Who's Chelsea? Chelsea's still fly baby. She's on here right now. I think I'm going to go build a fire. I love you all. I will see you later. Bye. I'm trying to turn it off. I got to reach up and do it.